Hi, welcome guys. So we've got the next Blender tutorial today. We're going to be doing kind of a public bathroom. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with the default cube. I'm just going to go ahead and press G, just bring it up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a plane in first, scale this up, and then I'm just going to scale it across because what we're going to do is we're going to make the bathroom floors first. And then we'll move on to the main project. So we might need to edit that a little later on, but when we get there, we'll get there. So we're going to take the default cube and we're just going to scale this out. This is going to be the counter for the sink. Press G, bring it across, and then G, just bring it down just ever so slightly just here. I'm just going to scale this in actually, just to get some size proportion going on right here. And then I'm going to go to the edit mode. I'm just going to Control R, loop cut this. So we've got a little bit of a quarter right here. Just quarter this out. And then we're going to go to faces. I'm just going to go E for extrude. Make a little bit of a lip at the bottom. And then from here, what we're going to do, we will go ahead and add a cylinder in. Let's rotate this by 90, scale it out. So this is actually going to be an emission piece, so a little bit of lighting that's going on underneath. So I'm just going to go ahead and place this just underneath the cabinet, just as so. Scale it down as much as you need, scale it across as much as you need. I'm just going to sit it right here. So scale it down just slightly. And I'm going to place it to the back. Okay, so once we've got this, we're going to go to material, click new, and this will be the underlighting. Let's put this as kind of like orange white. I'm just going to put OW at the end. We'll change the principal BSDF to the emission, and we're just going to turn this up a little bit. Now, what we want to do, so the sinks that I'm kind of looking at making are kind of these oval sinks, so we'll make those just to begin with. So we're going to start off with a cylinder. Actually, no, we'll scratch that. Go to mesh. We'll go to circle. Press G just to bring it up. Just place it on top of the cabinet just here and we'll do kind of a size comparison. So with these little bowls that we're having for the sinks, we're just going to scale these down just slightly. So they've got a little bit of a base. We're going to go with edit mode. Press F for fill. We're going to go E for extrude. Scale this outwards. E for extrude. Scale this outwards. E for extrude. Scale outwards. E for extrude, scale outwards, and you just want to make like a little bowl kind of thing. And then we'll go E for extrude, E for extrude. Now come in just slightly on this one. And then we go E for extrude, don't move it, and then we'll scale this one just inwards, just slightly. So we have this kind of appearance. E for extrude again, scale it inwards, and then we're going to press G and just start bringing it into the bowl a little bit. Now, what you can do, you can use X-ray on this so you can see what's going on, on the inside. So we're just going to go, I'm going to press 1 on the number pad. And we can just come to here. We're going to go E for extrude. Bring it down to here. E for extrude. Scale it inwards. E for extrude. Scale it inwards. E for extrude. Scale it inwards, E for extrude, and then we're just going to go ahead and scale this one inwards just to the bottom right there. So this will be the principle of our kind of hand bowl that we've got. Right click, shade smooth, just take off the X-ray just for one moment. So what I want to do with this actually is scale it outwards just slightly. So it's a little bit too small for our cabinet. So I'm just going to go ahead and scale this up just again. we're going to put the taps from the wall there. So we're going to go one sink here, and then we'll have one sink here and one sink here. So Shift D. Oops. Maybe we could go 5. No, let's go 3. I'll go 4. 3.5. Yeah, okay. Let's go 3.5. 3.5. So I've got to do all the taps 3.5 as well. So now we have these lovely little bowls going on. We can actually scale this downwards just a little bit. Make sure that your lighting's still underneath. Just place that just there. Okay, so take this plane right here. We want to Shift D, duplicate it out, rotate this by 90, scale it down, and then press G, bring it back, and then bring it up. So this is the back wall of our creation. So at this point we want to make some taps, some mirrors. So it's 3.5 the distance between all of them. So what we can do is we can actually let's see, I'm just trying to look at the notes that I've got on here. Let's go with a cylinder. Press G, bring it up, scale it down. I'm just going to scale this across because these are quite unique taps that we're using. Shade smooth. And what you want to do is just elongate it just slightly. So this part right here is actually going to be cut off by the wall. We're going to bury it halfway through the wall. So the next part that we want to do is go ahead and add a cylinder to your creation. Rotate it sideways, so we want to go 90. And from here I'm just going to bring it up so you can see what's going on. Edit mode. Take this part right here. So we want to make a little bit of a tap on the end of it. So we're just going to go E fret extrude. We can go scale this inwards a little bit. E fret extrude, scale inwards. So you've got this nice little bevel coming off the edge. And then we can go E fret extrude again. Just to here. And then we can go with the... Let me see. What can we go with? Maybe we could go with circle. Just come down here to the bottom. I'm just going to go ahead and turn off my screencasting keys so you guys can see. So you got vertices 32. If we put this as vertices 6, just on the side there, and then we can work with this. So I'm just going to turn back on the screencasting keys. Press G, bring it up. We're going to rotate this by 90 degrees. Press G. And then bring it to the front of your creation right here. Go to edit mode. Press F. You go E fret extrude. And then E fret extrude again. We'll scale this inwards just slightly. E fret extrude. Scale inwards. And then from this point on we're going to go E fret extrude. So it's all the way in. E fret extrude again. Scale inwards. E fret extrude again. Scale inwards. And then we're going to go with the outside right here. So basically what it is, we're going to do a different colour for each tap. So this one, if we shade this smooth, we can edit this in a moment. Or maybe we could just scale this down just slightly. G, just place it to the end right there. So this tap right here, we want a blue one and we want a red one. Because I come from the United Kingdom and that's how our taps are. We do have dual taps, but for this particular piece we're going to make the traditional red and blue. So just select around the outside right here. And you want to go to the Materials tab, go to New, go to Red, Assign. So now, if we go onto here, oops, that's not what I wanted. So the original material should be there. If you press plus, then Assign, then New. And then we can change this down to red. So the original material we could actually have as maybe kind of a almost dark, kind of metallic colour. Just take down the roughness a little bit. And then you could take this dark metallic colour right here, you could put this as tap. You have these little rustic taps. This one right here, we can do go onto the materials tab, select tab, tap even. So if you take these two, just shift and click them both and then duplicate. Take this one, and where you've got the red right here, we go into edit mode. So this one is selected now. We can press plus, new, assign, and then this one will be the blue one. So now we have two taps with different tones to them. So this part right in the middle, that's a little bit too small for my liking. Just going to bring this over. So this will be the main tap itself. So if you press 7, you can see how straight these are. I'm just going to elongate that just slightly, bring it to the back. And then we can change this to the tap as well. So if we now take all 5 objects without clicking the background, we can shrink these down and we can press G, bring these to the back and place them over the top of each tap. Now this might be a little bit fiddly for your first time of doing this, so scale them down. You just want to sit them just over the top right there. If you press 1 on the number pad, you can see straight ahead. You just want them there. Now you notice that these bowls are actually floating as well, so I'm just going to go ahead and press G and bring this up so that everything is flush. No pun intended. Right, so once we've got these taps in order, select everything that you've just made, and then we're going to go Shift D, and it should be 3.5, and it should sit right over the tap of the other one. If it doesn't, make the adjustments where you need it. So we go Shift D and then type in 3.5 on the number pad, and the tap should be in the exact same place. So what we need now is we need a mirror. So I'm going to go with cylinder again. Now you can do mirrors in two ways. You can make an entire mirror on its own, but it won't be perfectly straight, or you can make a cylinder backdrop and then put a mirror into the cylinder. So what we'll do, we'll make the backdrop first and then we'll put the mirror into the cylinder. So what you want to do, just let's go with G, just making objects like this, elongated on one side, a little bit thinner in the middle. We will go with edit mode. Take this face, we'll go E, scale inwards, and then we're going to go E and then drop it down, and then maybe scale inwards just slightly. And then what we want to do is we want to take a circle. Now you might need to readjust the circle a little bit, because you remember last time that we had we changed the vertices on this circle, so you're going to have to improve the circle a little bit. So 60 to 61 is pretty good. Press G, bring it up, and then you just want to make this roughly the same size as your frame. And we want to go into edit mode, and we're just going to press F for fill. Object mode again. Scale it downwards. We're going to go to new, material, and this will be mirror. So on this one we can make this metallic, take down the roughness. So we should have something like this. And now we can see that we do have this mirror appearing just here, because we can see the wall. The outer frame, if you take this one, shade smooth, and you could put the same texture as tap for the moment if you wanted to, or You can make a new texture, you can press new. We can make this kind of a gold if you wanted to. Make it metallic. Take down the roughness. Once we've done that, let's go back to regular mode. Select them both. Rotate 90. And then you want to rotate by 90. And then if you turn it around, you want to rotate by 180. Press G, bring it over. So with these, you can put these straight up over the top. So if we press G, put this over the first sync, and we press 1, should be able to just get this in the right position, just right there. And if we Shift D, duplicate it 3.5, and then we can go ahead and Shift D, duplicate again, and we can go 3.5. Now I can't see this this edit under here for some reason. Ah, they're all behind, that's what's up. Right, okay, so if we select all these ones again, that was my bad. Take off the X-ray mode, and then we just bring these forward, press G. So now, in theory, we should have 3 mirrors, 3 sinks. And for some reason we don't have any mirror in that one. Why don't we have? Oh, okay. It didn't pick it up properly. Right, so just take these two. Sorry, I'm having a moment. And just place them where they need to be. So now we should have 3 mirrors, 3 sinks. Just right there. And a little bit of underlighting. So, as regards to the floor, we are going to do some little carpets, I think, and we'll do some woodwork on the floor as well. For the walls, we'll do some bricks. So, if we go to the shading tab, just place that right there, and we click new. We take these two and we go to add, and we go to brick. So brick texture, colour to base colour. We now get the brick coming through. The bricks are a little bit wide, so I'm just going to put that down just a little bit. You can just bring those up, bring them down, whatever you need. So from this point on, just gonna go ahead and edit the mortar size actually. So maybe 0.1. Sorry, yeah. Mortar size at 0.01. I think that would look best. Let's go to the bump node. Place a bump in. Add to the height. So now this will pop out of the wall. Let's add a colour ramp. I think I did something wrong here. Okay, so we've got the colour ramp, we've got the wall, we've got this one. I think I might add some noise texture. I think that's what I'm missing. So colour to colour 1. Just improve the noise texture a little bit. There we go. So now we've got some texture upon these tiles. So with the tiles as well, we can actually turn up the metallic. And then we can improve the white as well. So this bias that we have right here, you can turn this up, you can turn this down if you want to, so that they're all uniform. Scale this up, take the roughness down if you want to. I'll take it up. So now we have this kind of nice textured wall in the back. So if we render it, this is what it will look like. So, we're going to put some lighting up here as well. Let's see. So, with this one, the floor, we can go new, and we can go add, and we can go brick texture. Colour to base colour. See what this looks like rendered. I'm just going to improve the brick width just a little bit, so these look like floor, less like floor tiles and more like floorboards. Just put that up right there. And then we're going to go to add colour ramp. Right in the middle right here. We'll add a brown to these, and we'll kill that bias actually. We'll take that bias out. Just move this across. And then again we'll go with add a white noise. I think it's noise. Yeah, I'm gonna go with noise. Onto the first ones. And now we have this kind of beautiful kind of knotting going on. So we're also going to add a bump just in here. So colour to height. So now we can have this just at the bottom, but I don't quite like the way that this is planned out. I think what I might do actually is remove the brick texture, put the noise to the height, and then we'll build individual floorboards on top of this. I think that would look so much better. So with the individual floorboards, we could put like a little bit of gravel underneath. So yeah, let's add a cube, scale this across, scale this down, and then we're just going to scale it down again. Press G, bring it over, just make a little border just before here, and we're going to have some of that gravel underneath. So just place this one here, go to 7, Shift D, and we can move this across. So now we're going to make a little floorboard. So I'm just going to remove that and just place a new texture onto this one. Maybe go with something like that. Shift D, bring it over. And then we're going to go Shift D, and then we'll bring it over on this side. So we take these three, Shift D, duplicate them down, and then G, just bring them across as so. And then we can just take this, and we can repeat the pattern just underneath. This gives us a little bit more to work with. And then in these gaps we can go ahead and just start filling these in. Just at the sides. And you can select multiple if you want to do this with. Shift D. And then just come across. It doesn't matter if it comes off the outside, we can fix that afterwards. So with these ones, where we're going inwards, so we want to go Shift D, just bring it up. We want to actually scale this one down. Just bring that across. So we can be roughly just there. And then take this one, Shift D. Move this one just about here, so it should just match up with the pattern of tiling that we've got. This one, move it up. And then we can take these ones and just place them at the back. Oops, we got a break in the pattern there. We want this one, 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 this one. And just place that one roughly at the back there. So it's got this nice little pattern going on. So I'm just going to place the camera right here. So we're going to go view and then view, align view, active camera to view. Press G, bring it back. So now we should have this lovely scene right here. So now you've got a little bit of light pollution going on right here. This is because this light right here shouldn't exist. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. So this is the light that we're currently working with. We want to add the ceiling, and on the ceiling we're going to add a little bit more light and a little bit more ambience to the actual room. What I'm going to do, so if we just remove that, I'll just pull this to the side. Get rid of these screencasts. Oops. Get rid of this screencast kind of thing. Right. So at this point we want to go to edit mode. Control R. Just going to press G, bring it across. And then I'm going to go Control R again. Just to here. And then I'm going to select this face. I'm just going to go G, bring it forward, so we've got a little bit of a wall just at the side here. So it should look something like this. Now from this point on, we can do some lighting in the top. So let's get a. I'm just going to do a regular cube actually. Put a regular cube. Bring it across, scale it across, then G, bring it down. Just make sure that it sits over the sinks. And then I'm going to go to edit mode. Just take the end face right here, press G, and then just move this across. So now we've got this nice little cabinet going on. So for the lighting itself, I'm going to go with cylinders. Scale this down. Press G, bring it up. G, bring it across. And then G, just place it where you need it to be. Scale down. Preferably, if you press 1, try and get this light just above all of these stations right here. So just above this one. We'll change this in a moment. So this is the outside of the light emission that we're going to have. So just right click, click shade, go to edit mode, take this bottom edge right here, E for extrude, don't move it, scale it inwards, and then we're going to go E for extrude at the bottom, and we'll go to new material. So this will be the original material, so we want this as silver, metallic, and then we're going to press plus, assign, new, and then this one will be the emission. So principal BSDF, take it to emission, and then we're going to turn this up. So don't forget to click assign, go to object mode, press 1, so we've got that side view going on. We're going to go shift D, and as usual 3.5 to bring this over, shift D, and then we'll go 3.5 to bring this over again. And now we should have this little lit kind of bit. So that's the side on view. Just 1 second, so that you guys can see that, and then I will make this view a little bit bigger. So now we've got this kind of underlighting, overlighting kind of thing going on. To make the strength on these overlights a little bit bigger, we're just going to go ahead and just turn up the strength right here. Now with these ones, we could actually have these as kind of a yellowy orange, kind of offset the room a little bit. So now we've got some nice lighting, some nice bowls. So these bowls, actually, I want them porcelain. So I'm just going to make this, let's go porcelain. Make them slightly metallic. And then take the roughness down so that they kind of glow a little bit. And then take this bowl at the side, go down to porcelain in the drop down menu. Make that the same material, and this third one, we'll make this the same material as well. So let's see, porcelain. So now we have this, the render's not gone all the way through, but now we have this nice little bathroom kind of scene going on. So, what we could do from here is we could put some little shelving units just here. We could also put a little shower block kind of thing right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the shower block part just at the back. Just turn off these from render at the moment. So take this right here, edit mode, and you want to take this wall right here. We're going to go we're going to go E for extrude, bring it to the back, and then I'm going to take this and just press G and just bring it forward just slightly. So for the shower itself, we could do, let me see, let's put in a cube, scale it outwards, scale it down, press G, bring it over, scale it down again. Just get it so that it's in the corner. We're going to go edit mode, take the top here, E for extrude, scale it inwards, and then E for extrude, and then just pull it down, and then scale it inwards just slightly. For the sides of this, we're going to go with add cube, scale this up, scale it down, and then press G, bring it over. Just bring it up, and then we can duplicate this in multiple ways. So if we just do elongate this, we've not got a ceiling yet, so it doesn't really matter where it's going to sit. I'm just going to go new material, just change this to black, and maybe make it slightly metallic. Shift D, and then Shift D into the opposite corners as well. So we want to do frosted glass from the bottom and then clear glass at the top kind of thing. Or maybe frosted in the middle and clear. So what we're going to do, go to mesh, plane, rotate this 90, scale it upwards, press G, and then we're going to place this just inside of the panes where the shower is. So you know, I'm going to actually rotate this by 90 on this side as well. Press G, bring it over, scale it out just slightly, and then sit it where you need it to be. Make sure that it's touching the frame on either side. So with this, we need to go to edit mode. We're going to go to Control R. Oops. Realise you can't see that. Control R. Roll it just once or twice with your scroll wheel. Take this part right here. We're going to go new, and we'll go with glass. So if we put this onto render right here, we can now see the original is just plain glass. If we press plus, assign, and new, the material now changes. So now we have a different material right here. So I'm going to change it from principled BSDF to glass. And then I'm just going to put the roughness up, go to the original material, the first one that you made, and take the roughness down. So now you should end up with this kind of shower thing, but I don't like this original material because this should be clear glass. But there's no reflection. I like working with principled BSDF. So if we change this one to principled BSDF, turn up the metallic all the way, and then we're going to go ahead and just pull the alpha down. As such. So now we've got this little reflection going on, we've got this glass. What we want to do is take this pole right here, place it at the bottom and place it at the top. So we come off the render mode, Shift D, rotate this by 90, scale inwards, press G, bring it down, and then we're going to go press Shift D, and then we're just going to bring it up. So it kind of blocks off the shower bit just a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually add a plane for the ceiling just above. So it just sits just there. So now what we should have is this kind of outlook on a bathroom, which they are pretty big tiles, I will admit. I don't know, I guess it could be kind of a sauna kind of thing as well. We could put a sauna in the back there if you wanted to. Since it's a public kind of bathroom, we could kind of add another shower on this side, maybe a couple of more cubicles, like a little washroom kind of thing. Maybe a bit of a doorway just here leading off to somewhere else. That could look pretty cool. Maybe some benches. Maybe that's what we're missing. We're missing benches. Put another wall here. Some benches. A couple of other showers just coming out at the back. We also need a shower head just coming in here. So if we go back to the regular render kind of thing, we can go with go with a cylinder actually. Let's go with this cylinder. Let's press G, bring it over, scale it in. You can kind of make a little pipe going up. Just make sure that that's at the back of your creation. Doesn't come out of the back, should I say. And then we could go ahead and make this black. And then we could go ahead and add, say, a cube. For the shower itself. Just elongate this, scale it down. Maybe it's one of those showers where you could only press it for a couple of seconds before it finally goes off. Press the face at the bottom here, E for extrude, scale it, and then E for extrude again. We could scale that in, and then E for extrude for the button. And we could take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 faces, I think. We could go new, plus, assign, new, and then change this to black. And then right click, shade smooth. Actually, we can change this to red. Change this to red. Kind of a red maroon type colour. Okay, so now that we've got that, we need to make the kind of shower head, or maybe we could do something from the ceiling. So we could do the pipe going up and all the electrics, and then we could have this kind of shower head coming down. So if we take this pipe, just shade it there, scale it down, G, make sure that it's in the middle, roughly. And we can do edit. Take the end part here, E for extrude, scale outwards, E for extrude, scale outwards, E for extrude, and then scale outwards. Maybe that's a bit too big for a shower head, but we can pull that in a bit. And then E for extrude, scale inwards, E for extrude, and then scale inwards again. And then we can press G, just bring it up just slightly, and then scale inwards. And we can take all of this that we've just made. Let's see, select all of that, press plus, new, assign, and we're going to go with a shiny silver. So turn up your metallic, turn down your roughness a little bit. So now we have the shower head shade smooth. So now we've got a full shower right there. I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate this wall just onto the side right here, because I'm going to take this wall. Let's go to edit mode, press G, and we're just going to bring this back to this point. I'm going to take every single object that I've just made, we're going to duplicate it across apart from these. So when we go to object mode, we'll take this one, we'll take this one, we'll take this one, we'll take the base, we'll take this, and this. Let me think. So you know what I actually think? Let's miss out these ones. So we'll take this one, we'll take this one, we'll take this one, we'll take the base, we'll take the shower, we'll take all of these attachments, we'll go Shift D and bring it across. So now that's a separate cubicle, and we can go Shift D again and we can bring this one across. So now this one's cut halfway through a wall, so what we want to do, click this wall, go to edit mode, press G, bring it back. So we now have a hole in the floor. We go to object mode, take this one, this one, this one, and this one. Shift D, bring it across, and we're just going to place it right here. And then make the bathroom ceiling a little bit longer. A little bit out right there. And we said something about benches, and we also said something about having a little doorway right here. So if we select this wall right at the back, we can go to edit mode. We can Shift R, go here, place a loop cut just right here at the floor, and then we can place another one right here and another one right here. And so at this part we can take this little face right here and we can go E for extrude and just extrude this outwards. So we can actually do showers on the opposite side as well. We can go from object mode, let's select everything that we have right here. So all of the little attachments, all of the little barrier pieces just at the back. You can go box select if you want to, and then deselect things. So let's deselect that, let's deselect that. By deselecting, it's just double click on whatever it is that you didn't want. So let's Shift D, rotate this by 180. So now we've got some nice little shower cubicles at the side right here. We can take this wall and we can start wrapping it around this side. So if we go to edit mode, take this face right here, just all the faces on this side. We can go G, bring it over. Go E for extrude across the side. Just mind out where your camera is. So this flooring that we've got right here, we can actually look at this from underneath, as well as on top. We can go to object mode again, and all you want to do is just continue the flooring from where you started off. So just take these three, Shift D, move it across, and then place it just there. So this background right here, the original flooring, just scale it up just slightly, and then just bring it across. So now we kind of have this nice little bathroom going on, little shower room. If it ever loads in, you'll notice that the lighting's a little bit bad at the back. We can fix that afterwards, and give this little bit of a corridor some light as well. Oh goodness. So the lighting, we can take these little lights that we had right here, and we can go Shift D, duplicate them over, and we can actually place them in the ceiling. So let's see what that one looks like. So I'm actually going to take these ceiling lights. I'm going to do a little bit of an edit. So let's change the emission. So let's press plus. We'll go assign again because it's already selected. We'll go new, and then we'll change this to emission. I'm going to change it to a different emission because I'd like to mess around with the lighting outside of the sink so it's not all uniform. So we can actually take this and we can make this a little bit brighter. We can go Shift D, just move it across, and maybe we can put this at 5, and then we can go Shift D, put this one at 5, and then we can go Shift D again. Oops. So Shift D, move it down, we can go 20. Sorry, let's go -20. Shift D, let's go 5 again, just to even that out. I think we've got one just at the back here somewhere. But I just go into regular mode. Yeah, we do. Okay, so with this one we go -5, and then we can go -5, and then maybe we could do some underlighting for the showers and stuff like that, so we could actually improve that. So we could go Shift D, and then we're going to go -5, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this in just to the end, so that when we've got the lighting in here, we should now, in theory, have enough lighting to be able to light all these cubicles as well. So we can just pull the light a little bit. You could also take all of these and we can put them to this side as well, so you've got 2 runs of lights. Let's see. So let's go on regular mode for one moment. Just select all of these lights. Just double click anything that's that you don't want. Oh, come on. It's not playing ball. Right, I just double click that roof off. Let's go Shift D, and we can just move them across onto this side, and then we could go Shift D again, move them across onto this side. But for the ones that are in front of the sink, we could get rid of these. So I'm just going to go ahead, just remove those actually to just about there, I think. Maybe just about there. So let's get rid of these ones that are in front of the sink. Delete. That one's halfway through a shower block. We don't want that. These two are kind of halfway through shower blocks as well. So I'm going to press Control Z, undo what I did. Take these 3 lights and let's press G, bring them into the middle. And then I'm going to get rid of this light at the end. So what we should have now is something like this. When it loads in. I'm just going to move that back wall back a little bit as well, I think. And then maybe we could do some benches as well. Maybe somewhere to store some stuff. Little sports benches, I guess you would call them. And then we need the lights. We need some lighting in here as well. So I'm just going to take one of these lights. Just Shift D, move it across. And then just place it into this false corridor that you made right here. G, bring it down. And I'm going to actually put 2 of these in here. So to give it a bit more light. So when we're done with that, we should have something like this. There's somewhere else that people can walk, people can go. Quite a clean place. So I'm going to go ahead and take this wall right here. We're going to go to Edit. And I'm just going to go ahead and move this wall back just slightly. I just don't like the positioning of this one. So I'm just going to go roughly there. Object mode. And then what we should have is this. So now the flooring's a little bit incomplete around the sides. So this needs to be expanded a little bit. Just outwards. So now we've got a bit more of a floor. I would say some more benches in here as well. Let's make the benches. So to make your benches, I'm actually going to take a floorboard. Press Shift D. What we could do, scale this down. Oops. Don't do that. Shift D, duplicate. Shift D, duplicate. Just to put it into perspective there. I'm going to add these with a new material. So I'm just going to go Edit. Now we're going to go Edit Mode, New Material. This will be Bench. And we'll just make this colour a little bit darker. Add the metallic up just a little bit. And then go to Object Mode, take this one. Go down to the drop down. Change it to Bench. Go to this one, go down to the drop down, change it to Bench. And then this third one, go down to the drop down, change it to Bench. Oops, this one, that one. Yeah, okay, so now that we have the little bench going on, I'm just going to Shift D, duplicate this one. Scale it down. Oops, scale it down on this side. Scale it across on this side, and we're just going to scale it up so it's kind of a block. Press J, bring it across, and then we're going to bring it to here. And then we'll scale it up a little bit. And then we'll press, we'll just leave a little bit of overhang. Shift D, bring it across, and then select all of these items that we've just created. Bring this into the scene. We can make this a little bit bigger actually for a bench, and then just go ahead, just move this over to where it needs to be, just there. Okay, so let's go to Edit right here, just take these faces up on the side, Oops, not that one. So just all these faces right here. We'll press G, we'll bring it in. I don't know where my camera is. Can that even see? Just about. It can just about see. Bring this one in as well. And we can go E for extrude and then just kind of close it in a little bit just before the camera. So the camera can see in. But the room's sealed off from any external lighting that could appear. So I'm just going to go ahead and just alter the camera a little bit. Just press G, bring it forward. Let's go with G right here, and I'm just going to go rotate around just slightly. And then I'll adjust the walls as needed. Maybe we could just go there. And then, let's see, just move that back a little bit. And then this wall right here, just move it out of the way of the camera. So, select the wall. The faces that you need on the outside. And just bring this back so that it just curves around the camera. Just as so. So now what we should have, if we go back to object mode, is a nice little posh bathroom for a swimming pool. Yeah, I think that's really it for the editing today. Oh, I missed a sink. Look at this, look. And then we have this one sink that's not porcelain. Oh, glad I noticed that. Let's change this to porcelain. Yes. Tisk. Right, so yeah, that's our kind of swimming pool bathroom tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, or follow me, depending on where you're viewing this. Yeah, and give us a share. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later.